Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 on how to make cute clay bodies. And this time I'm going to show you guys how to do the details and the hair by using Link from Zelda. My cousin suggested Link, so this is who we're making. Okay, I am going to use some of this clay a little bit. Like, as you can see, I know his boots on, and the brown, I just used it for that. I am going to be painting over it in the end. I try to dye it first, so then you guys won't have to sit through the painting process. Okay, so, you can see here's the body. I forgot to do the eyes, I just realized. Where's the marker? Here it is. I just realized I forgot to color in the eyes. Okay, so I just colored in his eyes, so I'm just fixing it a little bit. Okay, so now it's time to show you guys how to do the details. Okay, so I'm going to start out with his hair. I think actually I will start out with the body, showing you guys kind of how to, because I don't really do 3D details. I carve it in there. So to start off, I'm going to use this tool. There's a flat top, or you can use like a toothpick, or what I started out with, a pin cushion. These are what I use for the eyes, and then I carved it in there. You can start out with this, or you can start out with that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with his belt. I picked a cute, this like cute chibi Link. I don't know much about the Legend of Zelda, but that's what I picked. I'm gonna paint this in at the end. If you do dye the clay, I want to say if you want the really, really close colors, I would use acrylic paint. I used my clay markers. Not clay markers, paint markers. Sorry, I'm tired, y'all. Okay, and I'm just going to go around like this. So you can see basically going like this. For like a first, like a little line kind of. Basically making a little line around him. And then I'm going to do it again, making another line underneath that. Just poking it in the clay like this lightly. There in his belt. If I am missing any details, because I'm going to make a YouTube short of him finished. I am going to make a YouTube short with him finished. So if I missed any details, I will fix that. Okay, now the hair. Yes, he will get his hat today. So I have the extra green clay. Well, green clay, sorry. The hair. I'm going to try to do it the best from memory. So this, basically, you can do anything. Carve anything with the clothes. You can do 3D stuff like Burning Spice's Soul Jam here. Or Candy Apple Cookie, the one I made, or her little bow in her little skirt. The ribbon I made on the back of Phil, on my first riddle I ever made, the bow. So on this, same thing with him that I added the tie. You can add 3D details if you want, like Wild Bird Cookie, like that. You can add 3D details. Like however you want. You can make them 3D, a little bit 3D instead of carving them on. That's what I do though. I paint them on. So I'm going to make his hair the best I can from memory. So I think if this doesn't look exactly like Link, I'm not looking at a picture. I should. If you see my laptop in the background of my videos, that is because I'm looking at a picture of the character I'm making. Okay? I'm gonna fix his eye. One of his eyes look a little weird, but that's okay. So I just sculpt this with my hands. And then, if this doesn't look exactly like Link, I'm sorry. And I think kind of like this a little bit. Just smooth it a little bit and like lightly kind of press down so you don't accidentally ruin it. I would try to kind of smooth it out a little bit. I didn't mean to do that like that, but like kind of make it like kind of blend together. If this doesn't look exactly like Link, I'll restart on the hair. So if in the YouTube short he looks different, that's why, because I'm not looking at a picture and I'm attempting to do this from memory. If you hear noises, I'm accidentally hitting this bucket of glitter I have on the floor. I keep stuff under my desk. It's like a little storage thing. Again, like lightly kind of do this. Ignore his bald spot for now. We're going to fix that. Just gonna smooth it out. And then I know he has stuff in the front of his hair at this. Like this. Like this. This is not gonna look exactly like Link, I don't think, because I'm not looking at a picture. Because normally, what I suggest, if you're doing a character you like, look at a picture, okay? I did do some of the Cookie Run ones from memory, like Red Velvet Cookie. Because then you can see it's not exactly like Red Velvet Cookie. But I would look at a picture while you do it, okay? It's easier to look at a picture while you do it. I suggest with this art style, kind of the more cute, like kind of chibi looking ones of a character, because then it's more simpler for this. Okay, so I just made a ball and I flattened it out, so now his bald spot's covered up. I'm gonna do it this hair down here. I'm gonna do his hair down there. His hair, like right in here, like kind of sticking out in the back, and then we're gonna do the hat, and then I'm gonna paint on the stuff. There we go. His hair in the back is done. See, if yours have trouble sitting up, by the way, I'll say this, you can hot glue a bottle cap on it. If you don't want to do that, you can put resin on the bottle cap, plastic bottle cap, and then put the clay figure on it, and then afterwards it should come out, and then put it in your UV light or under UV light, and then take it out, and then you got your own little stand with it. Like, look how this happened. You can see I added too much resin, and they sometimes accidentally make their own stands. Okay, so we are now gonna make his hat. I'm trying to dye the clay for you guys before I do it, because then you guys can see it easier. I am going to pause the video and make it look more like Link after that and fix anything I messed up. So his hat is simple too. So I guess kind of this shape. I'm gonna add a little bit more clay to that. So I'm using my so this is a table from a Make It Mini. I know it's a table from a Make It Mini. That's what I use sometimes because then it's easier. So here's his hat. If you want the really vibrant colors for this, again, then please use acrylic paint if you want the really vibrant colors, because this is white clay, so it's all like kind of pastel and light. I'm light looking. So please use like paint. Please use paint when you're like actual like acrylic paint when you're doing this. Okay, so off camera, I don't know if you see that, but I went like this kind of. With this kind of like going around it. And then goes on. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. If you don't have that tool, you can just use your fingers like this. And then, see, it looks like I have a hat on my finger now. It should fit now. And boom. You can just sculpt it a little bit on there to get into the exact shape you want. And boom, here he is so far. Ignore that noise. I accidentally hit this drawer I had open. So I'm gonna make him so he can stand up. I'm gonna pause the video and make it so he can stand up. So he can sit up kind of better and add in all the details. Okay, I will have a short about this too for I'll make a series where you guys can comment and ask what character you want to see me make it next. So I'm gonna fix this real quick. And then get back to you guys. Okay, so I am back and I finished Link. Look how cute he is. Ignored some of the paint stuff like on there. I got some paint on it and I was trying to cover it up. So just ignore that. He's done. You're cute looking. He's very cute looking. Please ignore the bottle cap. He couldn't stand up, so I had to give him that so we can. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.